Long before William Shatner played Captain Kirk, he took a training flight as a frightened airline passenger, seeing a gremlin on his plane's wing. The man who would boldly go where no man had gone before was apparently not yet ready to explore the strange new worlds when he had a nightmare at 20,000 feet, the upper stratosphere of the Twilight Zone.
In a metal box, 20,000 feet, is it real or just a dream? On the other side, in a window seat, no one can hear me scream. There's a gremlin on the way, with a stolen gun and a fighting chance. I just might save us all. Round and round we go in this fearsome dance, and one of us must fall. There's a gremlin on the way. Is he real? Is he real? Is he there? Is he there? Is my mind only taunting me? Is he real? Is he real? Is he there? Is he there? Or a dream only I can see? In my monkey suit, do I frighten you? Can you feel the ancient fear? Can you tell me now, I beg of you, is this a window or a mirror? There's a gremlin. Is he real? Is he real? Is he there? Is he there? Is my mind only taunting me? Is he real? Is he real? Is he there? Is he there? Or a dream only I can see? In a mental box, in the story side, where is Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? There's no escaping. You may try and try, but there is no place to hide. When the gremlin's on the wing, the gremlin's on the wing. The gremlin's on the wing. On the wing. Here's to the ones who know what is real, what is only for show. Fear is a mask in a funhouse mirror. Here's to those who really know.
So I guess if we win, we have to give it to one of our lucky
Waiting at a bus station for your ride to a new job in Cortland, New York. Another passenger looks like you, dresses like
Do you know if they
and
told us
has
not
the
to do
same
anything with
luggage.
social media?
Coincidence?
Of like, oh, if
Not
we
in
win the
today's
raffle, it goes to somebody.
conspiracy-filled reality. Nor in episode 21 of The Twilight Zone.
On my way to a better day, I'll hop a bus for $1 and change.
All right, let's go friends. Thank you so much. And what another wonderful Twilight Zone project.
And then once the second he's kind of
It's been such a great hour. Thank you so much about both SerlingFest and about Serling.
especially if he talks for a while.
Oh, yeah, we did. Wait, are you keeping your thing here?
Not
see
this
how
week,
things
probably
go.
the next one, because we have time.
Right. I'll put this here.
Don't be nervous.
Things are
Limber,
great. Things are
loose.
so awesome.
Everything's awesome.
No, I think you're just going to end up taking it. I don't know why it's... Use the same camera. Not this camera. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. We'll see what it does.
You're gonna eat. eat. Everyone's gonna eat.
Yeah, this is gonna be the best broadcasting it's ever been.
I mean,
And it's already called.
that means they're gonna call.
I'm over here while I'm over there, but this ain't no deja vu. I really could be everywhere, and now it's happening to you. I'm staring at the mirror, and I can't believe what I see.
Welcome to SerlingFest 2025.
It's tomorrow.
Welcome to SerlingFest 2025, presented by the Rod Serling Memorial Foundation. My name is Allison Dolan.
I don't think it's tomorrow yet. I think tomorrow.
Welcome to SerlingFest 2025, presented by the Rod Serling Memorial Foundation. My name is Allison Dolan.
And I'm Nicholas Tavares, and we're so excited to welcome you here today.
Nicholas, do you have your wristband?
Of course, I couldn't come here and not cop one, all right? These are your keys inside to the Rod Sterling Fest. And I'm happy to be here, are you?
I'm so excited to be here for the next hour, talking you through this festival, exploring Rod Serling, his legacy with the film industry, his hometown right here in Binghamton, and his impact on our very own Ithaca College.
Allison and I and our entire broadcast team here at Ithaca is from Ithaca College, and we've always heard about him through everybody's word of mouth, all right? Isn't that right, Allison?
That's right, Nicholas. I remember walking through the halls of the Park School. You can see Rod Serling's Emmys on display. I believe there's 5?
Oh, God, yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, there's 5. He first won an Emmy in 1955 with Patterns and Requiem for a Heavyweight, then next in 1958 for The Comedian, and then 2 more for his most famous work, The Twilight Zone, in 1960 and 1961. His final Emmy came in 1963 with Its Mental Work.
Yes, Rod Serling also taught at Ithaca College, so his family has donated a lot of his legacy to the school, which is making us so excited to be here at this festival.
Absolutely. You can see everyone walking around behind us, taking pictures, waiting to see live panels in the auditorium, and or heading to the vendors that might be good, what we look through later in this broadcast as well.
That's right. We'll be here all throughout the broadcast, so stay tuned for interviews with Rod Serling's family, games, and details about his life. As we mentioned before, we were able to take an exclusive look into the Rod Serling archives at the Ithaca College Library. Let's take a look.
Yeah. I think Serling's one of America's best writers, and I think his work is impactful and provocative and emotional, and it has a lasting quality to it. I help teach students how to use databases. I meet students in my office to help them with their research questions. I am not a trained archivist. I went to library school and graduated from Rutgers in 2005. But when the archivist retired, there was a need to have access to the Serling collection. And so the director at the time let me do what I call marketing and outreach for the collection. So I will greet visitors and pull items for them as they need them. The archive is primarily the history of the college at Ithaca College. So it has the yearbooks and papers and newspapers and correspondence and files from professors and presidents. But just taking the Serling collection, which is what I'm most used to doing, if you wanted to see a script, you can say, I want to see the script, and you just give me the name of it, and I'll see if I can find it and pull it for you. So there's been a lot of interest. So there's somebody who's writing a book about Rod Serling. There's somebody who is doing a documentary, and that will be previewed during the SerlingFest 2025. And then there's just been some people from the community that just get really excited to see a script that Rod Serling may have touched, and it's got that allure of something that somebody that you love and admire has worked on and touched, and some of the physical things like the typewriter and the dictaphone. So Rod Serling wouldn't type everything out. He would talk into a dictaphone, and it would record things on a dictabelt tape. And we have some digital copies of those. You look in the vitrine, there's a dictabelt microphone right there that you can see, and just the thought of him using that to create a lot of wonderful television history is a nice thing. And I feel very privileged and honored to work with the collection and learn more about it myself. I'm always learning something new, so it gives me an opportunity to dig a little deeper here and there. I still don't know everything, and I can't wait to learn some more this weekend as I listen to some of the lectures. I'm always surprised by new things that I find out.
I've gotten the chance to see Rod Serling's archives on the 5th floor of the library, but it is still so much fun learning about the legacy he left on our school.
You actually go up to the 5th floor? I swear to God, it's like the 5th dimension up there. You kidding me? It's creepy and silent, and I swear the librarians are up to something in there. They're hiding something there.
That's not fair. The librarians do incredible work to preserve the archives up there, especially Kathy Michaels, who just gave us that incredible interview.
Speaking of IC, we have another Ithaca student reporting with us today. Let's introduce Lily Chalfant, who I believe is here with a very special guest and about to play a very fun game. Take it away, Lily.
Thank you guys so much. My name is Lily Chalfant. I am here today with...
I'm Lawrence Siegel, and I'm a Roy H. Park School graduate, class of 1999.
And we're here today to do some Rod Serling trivia. So, would you like to start? All right. Where was Rod Serling born?
December 25th, 1925, Syracuse, New York. Christmas Day.
Wow, fantastic. Do you know the location? I have here Cleveland, Ohio, Ithaca, New York, Syracuse, New York, or Binghamton, New York.
Syracuse, New York.
All right. Before the Twilight Zone, Serling gained fame for writing which teleplay? Requiem for a Heavyweight, Patterns, 12 Angry Men, or Playhouse 90?
Where?
I believe Patterns was the one that he gained recognition for.
There you go. Patterns was first broadcast on which program?
Okay, am I back with Allie?
Kraft Television Theater, Studio One, Playhouse 90, or Suspense?
I believe it was Playhouse 90.
It was Kraft Television Theater, but you were so close.
So bright. Okay, that's what I figured.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Which subject did Serling primarily teach? Journalism, film production, writing, or theater?
He taught writing at Ithaca College.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right. In addition to television, Serling wrote for which medium? Comic books, radio dramas, Broadway plays, or magazine only?
Radio dramas.
Yes, he did. All right. Thank you so much for your time today. All right. Just kidding. What was Serling's height? 5'4", 5'6", 5'8", or 6 foot?
I believe he was 5'4".
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. All right, last question. In the 1960s, Serling hosted a game show called The Rod Serling Forum, Rod Serling Reports, The Liars Club, or Open End.
Oh, okay, like this.
I think it's the
yeah, I will.
last one. No.
The Liars Club, Open End? Open End. It was the Liars Club, but that's okay. No worries. All right. Thank you so much for your time today. All right, yeah. And back to you guys.
Do you have a favorite part of your book or a favorite memory that you would like to share?
My dad wasn't
this dark and tortured soul, this person that you saw introducing the Twilight Zone. My dad was very, very funny. And I never went through a period like most teenagers where you don't want to be around your parents. I loved being around my dad, and my friends loved being around my dad. And we would always laugh. And my mother used to say to me, "Stop laughing, you're only encouraging him." I vividly remember my dad and I would get on an elevator and he would tell me a joke, or when I got older, an off-colored limerick. And we would both start laughing in this elevator full of silent people. And it was just this silly, wonderful time.
Is there a specific quote or piece of advice from your father that you carry with you every day?
There's a quote that he had about caring for humanity. And I think that's so sorely absent in today's atmosphere, and kindness. So just caring about what's going on around you. I think about that frequently.
How do you feel about the way that your father is remembered today? Is there any aspect of him that you wish more people knew that might not be as widely known?
Well, that's an interesting question, because the people that I hear from do seem to feel that they know him. In fact, you'd be surprised how many people have contacted me that said that they felt like my dad was their dad. And so many of these people had tumultuous childhoods and felt this peace when they would watch The Twilight Zone and take those journeys with my dad. And I will have to say that my father would be stunned to know that he's remembered and remembered so fondly.
Yeah, that was actually, you just answered my next question. I was going to say, what did he think about the success of The Twilight Zone while it was airing, or did he expect it to have the legacy that it has now?
He never expected it to have the legacy that it's had. And he was quoted as saying, if he's remembered, that hopefully he'll be remembered as a writer. But he didn't feel that he said his writing would stand the test of time.
And here we are.
Here we are. And I think it's because, and this is cliched at this point, but he dealt with the human condition. And I say this all the time, times change, but clearly people don't.
Do you have a specific, favorite Twilight Zone episode?
There's an episode called In Praise of Pip that I watched after my dad died. And it's the story of Jack Klugman and Billy Mummy, the story of father and child. And I realized watching it that my father used a routine that he and I did. Who's your best buddy? You are, Pop. So it was this incredible moment where I literally found my dad again in the Twilight Zone.
Thank you so much to Anne Serling for talking with us and sharing your captivating words about your late father, Rod Serling. Joining us here right now is our very own Allie Mahoney. Allie, how did it feel being able to talk to Anne Serling and to hear more about the background of her and her father?
It was really awesome just to get that really first-hand perspective, somebody that was so close to him in his life, from his own daughter, to just hear more about what it was like growing up with him, and especially the legacy that he had now, and how when he was alive he would have never expected that this legacy would carry on for so long, and how impactful that is for her and for their family.
Absolutely. Now, Anne Serling is a published author, and she's in a booth right here giving her insights all about that. Did you get a chance to ask her about her books?
Yes, so she's written 2 books. As I Knew Him, My Dad, Rod Serling, and Rod Serling, His Life, Work, and Imagination. So one of the main reasons that she wrote As I Knew Him was a way to cope with her grief after her father's passing. So it was really a way for her to just kind of feel all of her emotions and get everything out that she could, and to be able to heal through her writing.
That is so interesting. Thank you so much, Allie, for being here with us. And now we are going to hear from a segment with an individual, an interview with the Serling Foundation booth. Now we're going to hear from an individual.
You can simply relax.
blacked out. So sorry.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, it was just really humbling. It's the game next. Your mom.
Is it? No, that's in B block. We're still in A block. We have to talk about trading cards.
Oh, okay. So I'll take that out. I thought that was after.
You're doing great.
Oh my god. I forgot this in 30 seconds. I thought that meant that like we're cut off and then we'd be done.
Feeling good.
We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back. We will rebuild.
Just kidding. Okay, so it's just actually just kidding. It's fine.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Pretty great.
And you start looking at the camera more, just peripheral. Peripheral. I know. Me too.
Always.
I'm a regular.
I camped out last night. All good. Thank you, Tamar. It is so amazing to see how Rod Serling's legacy is carried on by the foundation through events just like this one.
You know, when you were having that great interview with Ali, I went and took a look at the vendors, and they had something incredible there. They had these, they had trading cards of each episode in their opening and closing monologue.
It is so funny that you mentioned that because I actually picked up one of my own.
You got one too? Okay, hold on, wait, let's run through that. I got Caesar and me. That's weird, I don't really know that.
I'm actually familiar with that because I know that there is a replica of the Caesar ventriloquist dummy that is used in that episode on display at the Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios, which is based off of Rod Serling's work.
Wow, that's awesome.
I have I Am the Night, Color Me Black, which I don't know too much about.
Oh, I love that episode. It's one good example of Rod Serling's like social commentary about the world. It's all about how hatred builds and builds, and how communities just kill and just grab at each other with hate. You know, I can't put it into words as best as Rod Serling can, but it's truly an episode I love.
I'll definitely have to check out that episode.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't believe I've
Actually,
never seen it.
This is a very like.
so I was
thought it
thinking,
was like
since they're trading cards and all, we could do.
You know this one and I know that one.
Yeah, we could do a little.
We might as well.
Thank you.
Of course. I mean,
Well, it's really amazing to see all they do for his legacy here and how much impact he had on all the people across the world. At Ithaca College, we do try to keep his memory with us.
We're getting there.
Oh, absolutely. Next up, we have
we
one
also
of
need
4
to-
student-created Twilight Zone films, which were made in conjunction with Professor Chrissy at the BBC's production course at Ithaca College. This particular Twilight Zone episode, titled Grim Night, which we're about to see now, was created by Maggie Schneider and produced by Molly Kiernan. And I know I'm so excited to take a look. What about you, Nicholas?
I'm practically shaking in my boots. If it's anything like Rod Serling's work, we have something to behold.
Absolutely, and I think it's so great how students are able to carry on that legacy through this. Now, let's see it.
Babylon Break, page 22.
Okay, we made up for it. Wow.
Following the footsteps of her estranged father's legendary career. After his passing,
Okay, I don't think that was like.
as much as she
Okay.
tries to ignore it,
This can go back, so don't have to worry about resetting that. What's next?
Next is for.
Sorry, who are you?
Pardon, I'm an assistant of death. There's been an issue concerning your father that we need to discuss. May I come in? I assure you, this is of the utmost importance, so I will ask again, may I come in? Perhaps you should have a seat. We've had a bit of a rare issue happen with your father. Your father was a complicated man, and we understand that you know that better than anyone. So I was sent here to get your honest opinion. Let me put it simply. We don't know whether to place him in heaven or hell.
Excuse me?
I understand this is intense for you, but we need you. Your human emotions are useful.
Fine.
Fantastic. I'm just going to have you sign some paperwork for confidentiality's sake. You understand. We are entrusting you to give us your honest opinion about where Dr. Lawrence Wright shall rest for all eternity. This contract will seal you to never speak to the living about this event, for our safety and yours, among other things. Wonderful. Let's get started. To remind you, we'll be traveling through a few memories. This tends to jumpstart some feelings. Don't worry, I won't judge.
I really thought I had it that time. God, I tried so hard. Is this for me?
Tests aren't everything. Even I failed the bar once. Always got myself a treat afterwards. Makes you feel better.
Apple's my favorite.
I know.
Yeah. Real gem.
You could say that.
Where to next?
What?
Are you coming?
Huh?
I'm supposed to be at rehearsal in 10 minutes. You need to come get me.
Fuck, yeah, fine. I'm coming.
Well, if you could just, I don't know, buy me a car, you wouldn't have to drive me everywhere, and I wouldn't be such a burden to you.
Oh, come on, Avalon. I'm not wasting my money on that.
Waste your money? You have all the fucking money in the world. What the fuck?
Fucking relax, Avalon. Jesus.
Are you serious? You're driving like a fucking maniac. Are you drinking? What the actual fuck is wrong with you? You're gonna kill yourself. I'm walking. What the fuck was that?
Helpful is what it was.
I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to see him again.
Did you?
Screw all of this. Just send him to hell. That's my decision.
See, I thought you'd be fine, Miss Lawyer, but I can tell your bias is getting in the way.
What are you talking about?
Well, I can just see you're much too fragile to make a rational decision.
The contract said that I could choose.
Well, if you'll see here. If the assistant of death deems the subject too unwell to make a proper decision, the assistant can use their newly learned information to inform the counsel of death's decision.
Fuck the contract. Just send him to hell now.
See, you're really proving my point here, not showing why I can trust you.
Fuck off.
You must have known this wouldn't be fair. And you're such a smart girl, too. Alas. A copy of the contract will be left on your table. If you have any questions, please keep them to yourself. Thanks again. You were very helpful.
When the hands of death play chess, pawns tend to get tossed to the side. Avalon Wright found herself caught in the game, reliving her past as death loomed over her shoulder, in the Twilight Zone.
No, what are you?
With student actors as well. Is there anything these guys can't do?
It's truly incredible, but Nicholas, I have a question for you.
Oh, sure, I love questions. What's up?
Have you ever wanted to try acting?
Now, you see, that's a touchy subject for me.
Well, tell me about it.
Oh, well, you probably wouldn't hear anything about it. Okay, if you insist. If you insist. Well, as a kid, my middle school drama club had a production of Shrek, and I wanted to play Lord Farquaad. I mean, you can see the resemblance, right? The face, the stature, some people say the arrogance, but their criticism is my compliment.
Sure.
So, anyways, I go to the audition, right? I absolutely kill it. I'm telling you, they're on the floor, crying their eyes out. It's so wonderful. But the cast list comes out, and guess what?
What?
I'm a tree in Shrek's swamp.
Sorry.
So, yes, I wanted to try acting, but I'm not sure I ever will again. Thanks to them.
That's a lot to take in.
I know, it's a lot to revisit.
Well,
It's a lot to revisit.
I'm sorry about that, but fortunately for us, your misfortune perfectly leads into our next game. We'd like to call this one Monologue Madness over with Lily.
Thanks, guys. And the inspiration Rod Serling provided us. And as part of the Twilight Zone project, students were required to write monologues in typical Twilight Zone fashion. So we picked two of our favorites from the class to read out loud, and we have our lovely guest here to read them with us. So could you introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
Sure. My name is Dina Layesh, and I'm with Muckles. We provide T-shirts for the Rod Serling Memorial Foundation.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'll start it off and read the first monologue, and then you'll tell us your favorite.
Okay.
All right. So Pete and his friends are simply looking for a last bit of weekend fun before Monday rears its ugly head. The thrill of placing a bet or two makes the weekly drivel all the more tolerable, but Barry has stumbled upon something that isn't quite what it seems. What happens when the lines between real and fake, bettor and participant are blurred? Those questions will be answered as soon as these young, impressionable men scroll, tap, and click their way directly into the Twilight Zone. All right, your turn. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here you go.
Reading Avalon Wright, age 22, graduate of Yale Law, recently hired an up-and-coming law firm following in the footsteps of her estranged father's legendary career. After his recent passing, she found herself flooded with memories of him, as much as she tries to ignore it. She'll soon discover that death always finds its way to your door.
All right, thank you so much. Place your wager bets on Instagram now if you haven't already. So that was fantastic. Which of the monologue did you like more?
I think I like the first one. I was able to understand it a little bit more because I wasn't nervous about reading the second monologue, but the first one I liked.
Nice. All right. Well, I like that one too. And now, thank you so much for playing. We have a small prize for you. You're welcome. Absolutely. All right, and back to you guys.
Hey, Nicholas, that looked like fun. Maybe you should try it.
Too soon. Allison, please. Too soon.
Sorry. I guess it's time to move on.
Yes, it is. I would fake cry right now, but my acting chops are a little rusty.
Right. Well, throughout this festival, it is very clear to see the influence and inspiration that Rod Serling has had on everybody here.
It really is incredible. We have so many people here throughout the entire industry who have been inspired by his work.
That's right. And we've gotten to speak with Allie, who talks to Rod Serling's daughter. I mean, just everyone I've met throughout this whole day, both on screen and off, has been truly, truly impacted by
A
Rod
lot of
Serling.
people touched. A lot of people touched, myself included.
I agree. I've learned so much just in the few short hours that I've been here.
I know. It's been a true delight meeting everybody who's also fellow fans of Twilight Zone and just kind of having a little bit of a back and forth with them.
That's right. And now we have Tamar, who is going to be joined by one of the presenters here, Emmy Award-winning writer and producer Joseph Doherty.
Thank you so much, Tamara and Joseph. His productions.
That's right. He would draw attention to a ton of social issues throughout his work, including many episodes of The Twilight Zone, which I feel was very ahead of his time.
Incredibly ahead of his time. Absolutely. And someone who took inspiration from him and his work is Jordan Peele. His work producing and directing many films about social commentary, depicting a plethora of issues around the world. You know, do you have any kind of, do you have any favorite films of his? You know him?
Yeah, I do know him.
Okay, well, do you have any favorite films of his?
Nope.
Okay, you're being I'm trying to have like a rapport with you, and you're not really reciprocating. Do you have any favorite films of Jordan Peele's?
Nope, like with Daniel Kaluuya, like the Jordan Peele movie.
Oh my God, get out.
No, you get out. That's
get
enough.
out.
No.
That's so silly.
But really, you're forgetting one of the most important ones. Jordan Peele does so much social commentary throughout his work.
Oh yes, and even in some of his sketches as a comedian, lots of his sketches with Key and Peele in that little short. If you've ever seen it, it's so wonderful.
Yeah.
I was getting to it. All right, listen. Let me
Sorry.
finish here, obviously. But we have to talk about Peele's recent adaptation of The Twilight Zone, which aired in 2019.
That's right. One of our very own Ithaca College alums, Sarah Goldberg, was the assistant editor on Peele's Twilight Zone. One of our correspondents had the opportunity to talk with her.
Oh, that's incredible. Talking with, Jordan Peele's editor. It's wonderful.
Let's hear from Cooper Visco now.
With the Rod Serling Award for Advancing Social Justice through Popular Media. This award was most recently handed to Jordan Peele for his 2019 revival of The Twilight Zone. I had the opportunity to speak to Ithaca College alum Sarah Goldberg, who works as an assistant editor on Peele's series, and get her view on what's special about The Twilight Zone.
I think in general, I think people think of The Twilight Zone as sort of exploring these themes of irony and what is it like humanity and how we relate to one another, how we will react to when an alien comes, or if we find ourselves in a situation that's completely like foreign.
The Twilight Zone was well known for its social commentary, and this was a theme that Jordan Peele kept consistent throughout his revival.
I think just sort of seeing how Twilight Zone fits into the modern world, like masculinity or gender, or there was one about gun violence that we worked on.
Sarah also briefly spoke on the editing process and how the story can be changed throughout it.
I mean, one of the episodes I worked on was about this meteor that hits Earth, and it kind of makes all the men on Earth kind of very, very aggro. And the first editor that worked on it was a male, and like no shade to this guy, he was a great editor. He worked on like Westworld and all sorts of stuff. But the way that he edited it didn't really make sense to me because there wasn't really an escalation of the aggroness. And so when I read the script and sort of saw how they had originally intended it to be, and then my editor, who was a woman, we kind of went back through and changed a lot of the scenes, and I think the main guy ends up going from like kind of a meek, like timid office worker, and then you see the progression like really happen. I think more obviously, at least that's kind of how we saw it. So I think it was good to get a different perspective on that, just a gender wise.
Though Rod Serling's first project hit televisions nearly 75 years ago, his legacy still goes strong, both in television and here at Ithaca College.
But it comes into the TriCaster, you can what was set to models and not embedded audio, and to be able to de-embed audio. That's why I had to get the object that we could have manually connected the de-embedder, which the object is, and stripped the audio out.
Really?
Yes, the award honors social commentary throughout work, which, as we just discussed, Jordan Peele is a perfect example of.
Oh my God, yes. There's so many different interpretations and representations of rock.
Right, no, and we talked a lot about books today between his daughter.
Why was that so that distance for that was 6? I don't know.
This just.
No, I know. I know.
Talk about how fascinating he is, how he wrote for TV shows, he wrote for films, he wrote books, and he also wrote for Broadway before his passing. I don't think any shows really got off the air, but I think
Learn about that and maybe revisit his time on Broadway in a future research.
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
if they could like recover some of his old scripts. I'm a huge theater fan, massive Broadway nerd, so I would definitely love to read through some of his writing for that.
I don't want to talk about
I think there's a lot of social commentary in there too, almost related to Rod Serling's work. I know it's very different, like it's a little bit more lighthearted, but there's definitely some talk about like the world and the social structure of the world.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Something else that comes to mind is Into the Woods, and forgive me, I forget his name. Who wrote Into the Woods?
Stephen Sondheim, actually.
Stephen Sondheim, absolutely. Stephen Sondheim and Rod Serling are just two apples that fall from the same tree in my mind. Two brilliant minds that just put their all into their work.
Absolutely incredible.
In that fashion, just create a wonderful world for you to just dive your teeth into.
And switching gears here kind of back to Rod Serling's own body of work, do you have a particular favorite Twilight Zone episode? I know we discussed it briefly with the trading cards. But...
Okay, well, it's not my favorite one, but one of my favorites is 20,000. God, I forget the name of it. It's the one where
Disaster at 20,000 feet.
I think that's close.
Along those lines.
That's along those lines. But it's an episode about a man who rides the airplane and sees this beast out on the wing destroying the plane, and it's so cool. It scarred me as a child, basically.
Really?
Yeah, it's wonderful. So next, we're going to probably toss over to an interview with the Australian man from Down Under. Down Under.
Oh. We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
First, we are going to hear from a vendor who is making some incredible T-shirts based on Rod Serling and his body of work, like we just discussed.
Might have to get one myself.
Hello, I'm here at the vendor booths. We've got a bunch of T-shirts going on. We have books. We have a lot of stuff. Who am I
This is easier for me. This is the transfer. Looks like this. Goes on the shirt. Sorry. and I put it down like this, and then my machine, it takes about 15 seconds. Does that look straight? Let's sure this is going to be. Hold this down. 15 seconds. And we custom print just about everything, so I'll pitch my store right now. So we do custom orders. We actually, I'm definitely going to promote myself here, Ithaca College merch. If you go to our website, we have a bunch of Ithaca College merch. And if you shopped at Wegmans in Ithaca and saw the merch that's there, it's us. We supply that. So that's just to make sure it stays. So almost done here so that it stays, and it's kind of neat. It's neat that we can print right. If you want a different size or a different color that I don't have ready to go, there it is.
That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about the other designs you have here?
Yeah, actually, there's a history. So I just learned today that Johnny Hart, hopefully you guys know who Johnny Hart is, was friends with Rod Serling, and Johnny Hart designed this. They've had this forever. This design here is designed by Mason Machinardi, who's Johnny Hart's grandson. So which is kind of fascinating, is that it's in the family. And then the last design over there is for this year's, is the 2025 festival, and it was designed by somebody on the board of the Memorial Foundation.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite episode?
It's been a while since I've watched a Twilight Zone episode, so I'm not going to be able to answer that question. Sorry.
That's okay. My favorite is the one where the guy sees the monster on the plane wing. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Well, thank you. Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. Back with you guys. Thank you so much to Tamar for interviewing that vendor. There are some really, really incredible products you can get here at our marketplace.
Oh, absolutely. These souvenirs, they're to die for. That's my opinion.
Speaking of souvenirs and travel, someone we met yesterday while we were setting up for this broadcast, an individual who traveled 27 hours all the way from Australia right here to Binghamton, New York, just for the Rod Serling Festival.
27 hours. I wouldn't even know what to do with myself.
I can't imagine. How many times through could you watch all of the Twilight Zone in 27 hours?
At least maybe 2 seasons, probably.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, he came down here. He's coming down here for the weekend. He went to see New York, but he's had a wonderful time here. He mentioned to us, actually, that when he came down here, it was such a trial and a tribulation and such a journey. But once he finally came to that park with Rod Serling's
The statue of Rod Serling.
Yes.
That's what he came for, and he felt like the entire journey was worth it. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but he actually came with just a backpack.
Just a backpack is crazy. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to, live off a backpack.
No. I travel a lot, and my suitcases are always chronically overweight, so that would be the issue.
Well, we got to talk about the raffle.
Right, so let's head over to the raffle table and hear from that vendor to see what kind of incredible prizes you can win.
I'm here with Shelly Young today behind the raffle table. Shelly, tell us about what some folks stand to win.
Well, there's a whole bunch of things. We've actually got 2 years worth of items here. Everything donated by either the board members or, fans, whatever. So yeah, we've got books, we've got props, we've got clothing, we've got notebooks, DVDs, CDs, VHS cassettes, you name it. We've got everything this year, more than usual. So yeah, there's a lot of variety for sure. So.
That's great. What would you say is probably the highest value item at this table?
Highest value? I would say the Rod Serling busts right there. I know that one has been very popular. And then the check that's been signed by Rod Serling. This was donated by his daughter, so that's pretty cool, eh?
That's exciting.
It's a highly coveted item, so yeah, for sure.
All right. How does the foundation stand to benefit from these sales?
Well, these are all donated items, so every ticket purchased goes towards the foundation and then goes towards future events like this. So and we do everything we can to spread the word and get as many people here as possible. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you enter the raffle?
I did, earlier before we even set up.
Me too. I'm looking forward to winning that blanket. Oh, It's a good blanket.
And it did look comfy, especially for these upstate New York winters.
Oh, it's going to hit hard. Let me
That's
tell you that much.
I was really interested in a collection of vintage Twilight Zone magazines they had. I would just love to flip through those and see all the content that's in there.
Such a product of their time, aren't they? It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Will we have space to fit them in our bags, though? Because I know you already have a bunch of memorabilia.
This is
and
true.
I have a bag full of those green room donuts, so...
Right, that's an
I
issue.
guess it has to go to all the people who come here and enter the raffle.
Right. Well, now let's take a look at a second Twilight Zone project that was created by Ithaca's TV series production class. I know we already were able to see our first one, but the second one is titled Coin Flip.
Let's take a look.
Sage Carson, 18.
Do you know where you are, Miss Carson?
Yes, sir.
And do you know why you're here today?
Good afternoon, Sage. It's good to see you. How are you feeling? Good. A little tired, maybe? It's a standard reaction to the procedure. It's only been 2 days, so it'll pass quickly. It's a typical response for the body to act like this when being acquainted with a foreign object. And as you know, the coin, or Choice to Override Intelligence Network, is now officially up and running. Just sign these first 4 forms. The moment that you are confronted with a decision, the coin will process each option and choose the one that best aligns with your internal preference. We prioritize ease and convenience, and we hope that you feel the change within yourself. Now let's make a quick practice decision to make sure everything's working okay for you. Would you like the black pen or the blue pen? Blue. How does that feel? Good. A little weird, but good. Great. Let's move on to the next question.
Hey, thanks for picking me up.
Happy to help. So what, you're like a genius now or something?
Yeah, no, I wish.
How'd it go?
Doctor said I'm all set. The coin, it should be working now.
That's it?
What?
I was expecting your eyes to get all electronic and stuff. Maybe a little menu pops up above your head, you know?
Well, that would be stupid, Ethan, wouldn't it?
Maybe. It would still be pretty cool.
I guess so. Maybe then even you'd get one.
Not a chance.
And this procedure, it was only small decisions? Like what to eat for breakfast, or what to wear to school?
Initially, yes.
Initially. But not permanently. Your decisions grew? To what extent?
Hey, I don't know what your deal is, but... Sage, are you even listening to me right now?
Sorry, I'm just distracted.
How about we unplug for like 15 minutes and we can just...
I got into UCLA.
What?
I just found out.
Wait, what do you mean you got into UCLA? The plan has always been Amherst for us. I didn't even know you applied there. Why didn't you tell...
I don't know.
It's real nice, Sage. So, what's it gonna be then? Are you gonna commit to UCLA or Amherst?
I'm going to commit to UCLA.
Whoa, can we at least like talk about this?
No. The decision has already been made.
That's bullshit.
Well, then you shouldn't have asked me.
Committing to a college. That's a big decision for someone your age. The coin made this decision a lot easier? And how has this affected your relationships, especially with your boyfriend? Ethan? How long have you two been together?
2 years.
And what did you think about this procedure?
There's something off about this coin thing or whatever. It makes no sense.
Ethan, we have the same conversation like every single day. What's done is done. Just move on.
No, you can't just make split-second decisions. There's more to choice than impulse. I mean, you decided that you wanted to go back on everything that we've ever planned by committing to UCLA.
Oh my God. It always comes back to UCLA. You know, you can be really selfish sometimes.
I'm selfish. Okay. If that's really how you feel, then do you even want to be with me anymore? Should we just break up?
We should break up.
Clearly, this procedure has had an impact on your future, your relationships. But that's not why we brought you in here today, Sage. I need you to tell me what it is that you've done.
Can I help you?
This envelope contains two choices. Failure to make a decision will result in negative consequences.
I'm sorry.
Open it.
Is this some kind of joke? Is someone messing with me?
$500,000 or the life of Ethan Gommel.
I didn't have a choice. I had to pick one. This thing in my head, it forces me to make decisions that I don't want to make. I'm really sorry.
Thank you for cooperating with us. You provided valuable insight.
Okay, I'd just like to get this thing out of my head now. The coin or whatever it is, I don't want it anymore. I want to be in control again.
In control? Sage, the coin that we gave you was a placebo. The procedure, theatrics.
What?
Have you ever heard of social experiments? The goal of Project Phronesis was to test to see how far the individual will be willing to go when their moral compass becomes omnidirectional.
No.
Every decision that you've made has been your own, Miss Carson. In fact, you've never lost control. You've had it the entire time. The money is yours. Consider it compensation for your invaluable help.
so much, and wow, what another wonderful Twilight Zone project. This has been such an incredible hour filled with learning so much about SerlingFest and Rod Serling himself.
Absolutely. And it's been so special seeing how many people Rod Serling has inspired and touched with his work.
Now that's it for the first hour of our broadcast, but don't worry, that doesn't mean SerlingFest is over yet. We will be back with you for another hour of all SerlingFest content at 4 p.m. Make sure to tune in then. I'm Allison Dolan.
And I'm Nicholas Tavares. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for more.